Hey guys, welcome to Comfy Cozy Up. So today's another Vlogmas moment. I'm in the car because I'm out and about because Michael is finally open. So they got their issue not really resolved. I think they have staffing issue. But anyway, I'm gonna go in there get what I need. But the parking lot is packed, guys. So I don't know what they have in there. We don't know, but I don't care as long as I get what I want. And then I am going to leave and head back home because today is just no sun. It might snow. I'm hoping it doesn't while I'm out here. So I want to get what I need to get and get my butt back in the house. And then it's soup day. So I'm making some Jamaican soup today. And that's it. So yeah, let me take y'all with me in this Michael situation. All right. So I'm back in the car, and I was kind of happy that I was able to get stuff off the sale aisle because with the regular price, for the amount of yarn I needed, no, I wasn't gonna do that. So I had the sale aisle, and I had two different coupons that I was able to use. So yeah, I wasn't playing with them with that, but I'm hoping that they have more sale so I can get different color of some other stuff that I want, because I want to learn how to do a sweater this winter. Maybe not this Vlogmas, but maybe sometime in the winter. Yeah guys, don't ask. I just like trying things. I might like it, I might not, but I'm gonna give it a try. That's my personality and that's what I like to do. And sometimes it works out, sometimes it don't. So y'all will be on a journey with me with my trial and error. So anyway, all right, let me get to the store because people out here, guys. There's traffic out here, and it's 1 o'clock in the day. So yeah, this is not even rush hour. This is regular traffic. Where are people going? Anyway, on to the next, guys. Have we met? Yeah, Camille Baker. This is a story about a woman. She is in her 20s, you know, college grad, had a career, then she lost her best friend, and somehow she's grieving and trying to find herself again, trying to find her purpose. And she decided to move back to her hometown that she grew up with her best friend. And something happened where this app ended up on her phone, and supposed to be her soulmate that that she has met before. So the app is basically telling her she has met her soulmate. So it could be an ex, could be someone in her life that she's encountered in the past, that kind of deal. Cute, you know, whatever. Then she has a friend who he's in the physical therapy avenue. A bit weird. And they were friends, connected, hanging out a lot, feelings crossed paths. Now she has to decide to pursue the app that's telling her if she pursue the app, she'll find her soulmate, or pursue this guy who she's fallen for that has everything she wants. keep in mind, these are 20-something-year-old, give and take. They're probably closer to 30. Can't remember the exact age. But this felt like an YA. It felt like the author wrote a YA and in the midst of it decided to change the age. That's how I felt reading this. And then there are things that were just kind of thrown in, but never elaborate, never question. And I'm like, what reality is this book? It brushed over certain things so like casually that I'm like, what? This has to be marketed for kids because there's no way this is supposed to be adults. There's no way. I felt like this was a YA that the author decided to bump the age and the career up to make it more adult, but it didn't. And look at the cover, guys. The cover is so nice, but this was not good. It wasn't good, guys. So this is a no for me. Then we got to this graphic novel, and guys, can't you tell? It's that good. It is nonfiction. I will put it in. So basically, Dr. Rebecca Hall was doing her dissertation and she decided she wanted to focus on women of the slave revolt. And she went all the way back to New York and trickled down to, I forgot what the other state was. Most of it New York, but then she went international. She also went to London because that's where most of the archive for the British slave trade happened. But then Liverpool is where actually a lot of things took place, which I didn't know. But she talks about 2 different slave revolts in New York that I never knew about. One from 1708 and one from 1712. And this is why all this is happening, because while I'm reading and she's dropping things, I'm Googling and I'm getting these information. Now, why she decided to focus on the women is because, like everything that happened with women in this country, in any country, a lot of women weren't perceived as important. But what she found out, a lot of her research, is women were the key because they were considered not threatening. So because they weren't threatening, they weren't chained up like the men were. And they were abused in other ways that you can just imagine. But they were able to get near weapons and things. So they were able to help the men out. So when the revolt happened, they assumed it was the men, but was the women who actually helped the cause. Yeah. Then when they did a lot of the research on ships that had the revolt, the more women that were captured as slaves, the more likely there was a revolt. Then it brings up certain books. Toni Morrison, Beloved. Yeah. I need to reread that book. But the factor that was brought up to symbolize certain things that women, sadly, women were considered most likely to risk their life to give it up. Yeah, so that they wouldn't go through it. There's just, for this graphic novel, for her to create this with history in it, that was creative. The illustration from Hugo Martinez was amazing. The illustration in this was amazing. And then, of course, there's a story in it. There were moments when she went to certain financial institution that benefited and still up to this day have benefited from slavery, did not want to share their historical record with her. There are some courts even in New York when she tried, how she found out about some of the revolt in New York were there were actual court cases from it. And she wanted to know the women. She wanted to know who the women were. The men were known. They would put the men's name in the document, but the women were just kind of not there at all. You just know there's a woman. But there's a particular revolt that had 4 women. 2 eventually was killed, but 2 weren't. And she wanted to know which one of the 2 actually survived, because one of the 2 was actually pregnant. Yo. This was heavy. So there's something that I wanted to share, and I thought it kind of puts into what's going on now, where people kind of want to erase history, and you can't erase history. But that's 2 pages here. Living in the wake of slavery is haunting, and to experience this haunting is to be nothing less than traumatized. Still, it is possible to heal from trauma or come to terms with it. At first, we will try to block out the horror of the past, to ignore them, to pretend that they are not there. The next step is to acknowledge the past and its harm, even as it triggers us. We try to avoid looking at it too closely, but the ghosts are everywhere. They have been waiting for us all along. We reach the final stage of healing from trauma when we integrate the past into who we are. It becomes a part of us that we acknowledge and provides understanding of our world. The past is not a ghost we want to banish or exorcise. It is something we want to internalize. Like at a wake as in a funeral, we speak of the dead and for the dead. As this wake, we must defend the dead. Our memories must be longer than our lifetimes. Read this, guys. This is worth picking up. It is worth reading. I think because it's in a graphic novel format and it's shorter, it's a little easier to swallow some of the history, because there are moments in this where you can tell that she was struggling, because she would go through these libraries and spend hours reading all these horrible things that are documented and kept. And a lot of them were kept not for the sake of our memory, but in the sake of property, in the sake of justice, in terms of the revolt that happened, and not for the victims who are was trying to free themselves, but for those who didn't survive, that kind of deal, if you know what I'm saying. So for her, it was a struggle. You can see in the story where she's talking about being in that darkness of those documents, when she went to London and Liverpool, and she was reading some of these ship. I think it's called the United, whatever that ship was called, and she was reading that, and you can tell like she was just over it. Like, like, okay, yeah, I don't want to, indulge in any of this anymore. There's another passage that she said something that I thought was really good. Yeah, but I do find it interesting how they thought women were very just not important or harmless, and in fact they were the ones that started a lot of that. So yeah, yeah, as you can tell, I actually like this graphic novel. I haven't read a graphic novel in a while. I did buy two, Paper Girl 4 and I think 5, and I haven't, no, 3 and 4, and I haven't read it. So I'm glad I was able to read a graphic novel this year. But I didn't think it was going to be this heavy and this good. But yeah. That is it, guys. I am going to be reading I'm going to continue a short story that I started. It is romance. And then I'm going to probably start this book. Yeah, this one I seemed like it's a read, and I guess I thought it was a novel, but it apparently is a short story. I don't know. It says fiction. It doesn't say it's a short story. But we will see. Maybe it's written stories within novel form. We'll see. But I'm going to pick this up after I finish the other short story, which I'm reading on my Kindle. So, yeah. So, anyway, guys. I'm psyched today because, of course, vacation starts. So, I will show you guys in another video what I got from Michael's, because this video needs to be edited and put up. So I didn't get that much. I did get some stationery item sticker book. I got like 2 sticker book. That's it. But the yarn and all that, I would do a video because I want to start working on the blanket with that, and finishing my top, all that project going on, and continue the paper that's still sitting here that needs some color and finish. So yeah, guys, thanks for watching. That's a heavy book, so I can't wait to go back to my short story because this was so heavy, guys. And I will see you in the next one.